Hi, it's Paul from Wolf Software Systems, and I'm just going to move this out of the way. And so what I'm going to do today is show you, so some of our users have been asking able to add a desktop to an LXC container, so we're going to create an LXC container here. This is actually running on a native WolfStack. You can install WolfStack on top of Proxmox, so if you, or libvirt as well, it'll run on top of different things. It'll run on just about any version of Linux, including Raspberry Pi. It'll run on your fridge. If it runs Linux, it'll run on your fridge. So I'm just going to set up let's give it a bit of RAM. 4-core Proxmox container. So I'm using WolfNet. I'll tell you what that is. So basically, WolfStack has its own king system that can run across. So if your cluster, for instance, let's say you just bought 3 servers or rented 3 servers from, or 5 servers or 1 server or 2 servers or whatever, don't worry about cluster size. WolfNet allows us to set up a private network, even if they're not on the same network. That's like a private VPN network. So by default, WolfStack uses WolfNet to install things, keeps things off the internet that shouldn't be there. So now I've installed a container. Now normally I'd use the terminal this way, and that takes me into there. So what I'm going to do is install a desktop onto it. So you just click here, VNC desktop, and it gives you an idea of which one you've got a choice of desktops. I'm going to go for Cinnamon right now. Don't know why, I am. So then we've included browser. So I'm going to build a completely a desktop on there. So I'm going to do install now, and what it does is opens a terminal and does the install and sets up a user that you can obviously change the password with, which is admin if it needs it. And the whole thing about this is obviously we've moved to at Wolf Software Systems, we've moved development onto actually using WolfStack and using VNC into nodes and containers, obviously because the whole of the development environment, everything the person's using can be backed up and then restored very easily. Obviously, WolfStack is also compatible with Proxmox backup. So if you've got Proxmox backup running somewhere, you can just plug WolfStack into it and it'll just get on with it. Just installing now, talk amongst yourselves. WolfStack also has things like we have AI agents. I'll just give you an idea from our Discord. So on our Discord, we have Ask Fang. That is actually a WolfStack AI agent, and you can set up multiple AI agents. It's all wired up. So this is now just registering fonts. It's doing its stuff. It's just installing everything, and it's installing a VNC server because obviously we're going to be remoting into it. So rather than have to do any of that, there you go. It's all done. So I'm just going to quickly restart it with the little restart button. Just wait a second. Yeah, so I was talking about AI agents, and in fact, what we'll do is we'll just quickly. I'll do that in a second. So I'm going to now open the VNC thing. It might say it's not connected because it might not have finished starting up yet. So let's wait for a second. Connecting to VNC console. It's probably waiting for it to. It might not have even finished its restart yet. I'll just close that for a second. I'll tell you what. I'll show you. We'll just wait for that to do its stuff. I'm going to set that to auto start as well. If I go to, I'll just show you the AI agents while we're waiting for that to finish its restart. Basically, here we go. So this one here, this AI agent here, this is actually our Discord agent that looks after and does technical support in Discord. I've got other ones here as well. I've got one that's doing some database queries just to make sure everything's okay. I've got one that's checking disks, and if there's a problem, it's reducing the disk space, making sure it's up. There you go, restart. Okay, so I'm going to nip back to the LXC containers. So it's actually finished restarting. I figured it was still restarting, and now it's restarted. And here we have our Debian desktop. Let's open it up. We've got a new desktop. And as you can see, we've got all our usual things in here, and it's all installed. So you can basically then use it. Let's just change the background, for instance. Right click. Now it's showing the network isn't actually working, but it is actually working. So yeah, that's it really. Love keeping you. Save and continue. Go to google.com. Oh, and it's German because this server's okay. So see what I've actually done is set up an LXC container. And with like a couple of clicks, I installed a full desktop on it that I can then use. Now, obviously, this has limitations compared to, yes, please, I'd like it in English. This has limitations compared to using a VM. There's no pass-through for this. There's no heavy, big graphics driver. So it's cool for doing, standard kind of work. But if you're doing, so I mean, let's just even try, I'm not even sure it'll play YouTube. And before you continue, accept all. Okay, I'm not even sure it'll play on YouTube. Oh no, let's go home. Oh no, yeah, it does. Okay, I don't know what this is saying. This is saying Adobe Acrobat. Okay, I've clicked on an advert, so I'm just going to go to watch. Yes, it's fighting me. Okay, so I suspect that'll work. Let's go to Google. I didn't really plan this to go down this route with this code. Okay, let's go for I don't know. Let's go for a video of WolfStack. Let's see if there's. Yeah, here you go. This will do. Please let it play. No, it's still asking me to sign. Okay, I could sign in now. In fact, if I just go to images, let's go to videos. Let's see if we'll find images. Oh, that's a video, but I can't run it because it's YouTube. Okay, it looks like I can actually watch it, and I can actually watch videos and stuff on it, but there's no sound, obviously, because it's an LXC container. But you can do everything that, I can pretty much set up everything I want. Not sure what, yeah, so it has actually got WolfNet connection built into it. So I've now set up, so that means you can install any version of Linux and use this tool to install a desktop onto it, and then use your VNC to get to it. So it's really cool if you want to run your stuff. You want to have a desktop that's running. So, I mean, you can install Visual Studio Code or whatever you like. And this is, it's a kind of mix and match, build your own Linux, I guess. So there you go. That's kind of cool. So I'm just going to close that. It's not, look how little RAM and stuff it's using. And the beauty of containers is they do use a lot less resource than obviously a full VM. So if you could have containers running for doing everything there. So for home labbers, this is really cool. And for people like us, a professional company, normally, I mean, this WolfStack setup I've got here is running, 14 servers running in 4 nodes. And in fact, what's really interesting here is I'm just going to quickly look at Rocky. So Rocky's got a bit of a memory problem. It's actually got 20 gig free. So it says it's got a memory problem, but it hasn't really. It has got 20 gig free. This is running a big game, so it's normal. It's normal for it to kind of get upset, and it'll probably reduce anyway. So let me go here. Mouse is also suffering a bit. It's got 6780. And the cool thing is actually what you can do here. So you can see how it's just gone up. So there's a lot of network traffic happening, which means somebody's probably running an event on one of the regions in the grid. And you can see that the database is working quite hard on there. Systemd is running. It's this kind of diagnostics. Now, also, while we're doing this, we're going to be looking at, in here, I've got WolfStack alerts coming in, telling me what's going on. So you can see WolfStack is really cool. It does a lot more than your standard kind of virtualization environment. It allows you to just do so much more. You can install Kubernetes just by going to WolfCube and clicking 2 buttons, and you can have Kubernetes running. There's so much you can do with it. It's just, yeah. So that's Cluster Browser as well. It's very interesting for accessing local web services. In fact, it's just deploying, because this is Kubernetes cluster, it has to actually pull it and actually install it into a pod onto the Kubernetes cluster. So that's that. So anyway, how can you get access to WolfStack so you can try all this stuff out? So we have an open source version. It has everything in it. And then we've got some extra stuff that is for only. And you can just go to wolfstack.org. wolfstack.org. And I just want to do a quick shout out as well to our new friends at WolfWatch, which is a UK wolf sanctuary. Please give them a look. It's at the bottom of the webpage. Give them a look if you want to send them something. That's really cool. It's just part of what we're doing as a business. Another little thing to look at is I've got a new product coming out very shortly, but you can already sign up for a free version of it to try it out, called Intelligent Wolf, intelligentwolf.com, and it's pretty brilliant. It does a lot of, basically it is, basically it's kind of business. It's a bit of business coach. I just want to shout out to on that as well. So that's it really. I suppose that's it for today's. So if you want to install WolfStack and try it out, it's wolfstack.org. So please don't install it straight from GitHub. So what you need to do is scroll down the page here, or go to WolfStack install down here. Follow this. There's some stuff to install. 1 line of installation. It'll install all the stuff it needs, and it doesn't run on Windows. It only runs on Linux. Okay. You can run it on a laptop, a Raspberry Pi, 55 servers. It doesn't really care. If you want to talk to us about enterprise, if you want to run it in a production environment, please get in touch. We are doing it right now. We absolutely love WolfStack. It's probably the most exciting product we've ever built. Especially things like, I'm just going to add one thing. The only one thing that I haven't shown you is Wolf Router. I was going to pull this up just quickly. Yeah, there's a bit of a weird issue with my Kubernetes cluster today. But something I did want to really show you is on each cluster I've got Wolf Router, and that allows you, it's really like replacing things like OpenVN, OPN sense. There you go. So yeah, and it also tries to diagnose any issues you might have. In fact, this is a really interesting one. I've actually got this. This is a separate setup because this is actually our local network in the office. And you can see actually what's really interesting is this one. I'm at home. This is actually my laptop, and then it's got a couple of other machines in the office. Now, obviously, when I'm sitting in the office, if I click Wolf Router, it actually show all three machines and the Mercusys router. So if I click on this, it'll actually take me to the router that it's running. So another interesting. So home labbers, get WolfStack, try it out, throw on anything. Join our Discord as well. We have really lively discussions. And there's also, you can ask Fang, Fang is an AI that is part of our production WolfStack that knows everything there is to know about WolfStack. And in fact, if you do add your AI to WolfStack, where is it? There is. You'll see that there's like an AI box down here, and you can actually ask it questions, and you can also ask it to create AI agents. I was going to come to the end of it, but I kind of got excited now. So also we've actually this week done a lot of work, and we've actually really improved the database manager. So it can, so for instance, here I've got a database called Pets, and I've got a customer database, and you can manage your databases, you can edit it, you can look at the structures, you can write queries. So you could do things like, you can add tables to this, you can drag that to there, and say send to query, and it'll write the query. You can then run it directly in the query. There's no rows because I wasn't even looking at what I was doing. You can look at the server, edit the system variables on the MySQL server, or the what's it called, server. And there's an awful lot you can do with it. So that's another thing. So I've just gone off the track. I completely screwed the video up in terms of its order, but please go to wolfstack.org if you want to install this. I look forward to seeing you in the Discord group. Thanks very much.